Hey everybody, it's Robot here from Vespa Motorsport and ScooterWest.com. So I got a Stella right here, a 2005 Stella. And what's so special about it? Well, you probably saw the title of the video. Well, 2023 Amerivespa is actually going to be pretty close to San Diego. I'm a couple hundred miles away in Flagstaff, Arizona on June 1st through June 4th. And this happens to be one of the raffle scooters that they're going to be raffling off. And I have the opportunity to fix it up. It's kind of been mothballed for several years. This is about an 18-year-old scooter. And yes, it is the two-stroke shifting style Stella. I'm sure there's fans out there of the four-stroke ones and even the automatic ones. Those ones are a little bit of an odd bastard, more or less, while the two-stroke is very closely patterned after the original Vespa PX 150. I kind of need to give it an evaluation on what kind of game plan I got for it to fix it up. And of course, I'll shoot a couple videos in the next several weeks on fixing it up. A couple years ago, I got a mint green Stella two-stroke that I fixed up. I rode around a little bit and I sold it to a pretty happy owner here in San Diego, California, and did several videos. So you can look at those past videos. I kind of did step by step. Of course, the basics like cleaning out the carburetor and refurbishing the fuel system. That's always a must with pretty much anything that's been sitting for several years, especially having a carburetor. Stuff like the brakes, I can feel that kind of feels pretty crunchy. It still works, that's good. It's like sometimes the brake systems turn into quite a mess, as they were on that mint green Stella I had. But today I'm going to go ahead and pull the cowl off, give it a little shot of card spray, see how the motor sounds. Cool thing about this scooter, it's only got 1,400 miles on it. It's a pretty rare color. I haven't really seen this color before. A lot of them were orange or the mint green, red. Those were the kind of common colors for the Stellas back when they were imported to North America. All right, so we're going to get the cowl off and just take a look at what we have under here. So if you're curious about Amerivespa, I'd suggest going to Vespa Club of America website. You can just Google that and you can find information on how to register for pretty much the biggest Vespa rally in North America. Be fun times. The whole crew from Scooter West and Vespa Motorsport, most of us are going to make it out this year. Take our van out there and a trailer. So here you got the Stella two-stroke motor. The main differences versus the original Vespa, it's got like a reed induction system for the carburation. It makes them idle pretty nice. This is so original, still has a catalytic converter and all that stuff, completely original. I think they're a little bit jetted on the lean side if I recall. Still even has this like Bosch styled spark plug cap here. So, some things I see already, this wire is like really stiff. So just in the back of my mind, when I'm going through stuff, I'll probably replace that. I can see that spark plug is probably the original spark plug. And they got the coils kind of a little bit different arrangement. I know it has compression. I've kicked it over a couple times. Definitely isn't starting. And even the gas, you just take a sniff of that gas. It's got a very varnishy, kind of stinky smell to it. Tank's really clean, so I'll just be able to clean that out. May need to replace the fuel tap, but we'll get to that point. It seems like it's not leaking the fuel out, so we're doing good already. But I'll put definitely replace that original Champion plug in there. But it looks okay. I just want to see if this thing has a spark. Try that again. And there's definitely the batteries non-existent. There's no charge at all. Turn the ignition on and we can just give it a couple of kicks. And I see ignition. So we're doing good there. So we'll get the spark plug back in here. And just going to leave this one for now just for a test. And FY, the Stellas, they use a long reach plug. So it's a little bit longer plug, about twice the length of the original Vespa 125, 150 plug. It's actually the same length as the plug that's used on the P200E, the 200cc motor. So at the top of the air box, there's a little rubber cap. If you're wondering what this is, they call this a summer plug in the parts diagram, and that doesn't make any sense because it really probably should be called a winter plug, where you need to artificially add more fuel to get a cold engine running, but that's just what it's called. So you pull that's actually the rearmost air filter screw right there. And I'll have some starting spray or carburetor spray and we'll see what happens. So the ignition's still on. Let's turn the fuel on, just see what happens if we start getting gas gushing out the back from a stuck float. So far looking good. I'm gonna give it a try. Choke knob sticks out, that's good. Well, I don't need that. Let's see if it idles. Well, I wasn't expecting it to start, but it sounds pretty good. Carburetor sounds perfectly clear, even though the gas smells pretty ancient in here. But I'll go ahead and siphon that gas out. Probably going to give it a good 10 miles of shakedown test rides, just to make sure the carburetor doesn't come up with any issues. But there's a lot of rubber bits that are starting to deteriorate. The boots, probably do some of that sort of stuff. I'll drain the gearbox oil, start fresh with the gearbox oil, and of course put fresh gas in there. So we're already doing good. We got a running scooter here. Battery's dead, pop a new battery in there. If you look up front, something going on with that headlight right there. On these original Stellas, the glue that they used was not all that ideal. And I personally remember years ago test riding a customer's Stella that I was working on, doing some repairs on, and I thought somebody threw a glass bottle at me, and then I got back to the shop and realized the glass lens was popped out of the headlight, and it fell beside the fender. Fortunately, it didn't hit the front fender, but it was just sounded like breaking glass. So something, not too many of these originally had it, unless somebody siliconed the original glass back in place. Definitely need to do a new battery, as I said, flush the brakes, and want to get rid of these 18-year-old tires. These are Continental tires on here. So fortunately for the tires, we have a donation from Tim Fong, a good customer of ours. Has both vintage and modern Vespas. He actually went on the last Sunday ride with us, which is pretty cool, and he said, I got some tires I'm not going to use and want to donate them. So, well, guess what? They're going to a good cause, going to the raffle bike for the Amerivespa. So get those installed. Overall, the body is really, really clean. Doesn't really have too much outdoor time, I can tell. The paint is not faded. It's probably just tucked away in a garage. There's a couple little scratches here and there. I'm going to cut some vinyl decals of the Amerivespa logo and for the Flagstaff year and put them on both cowls. And of course, whoever wins, if they want to pick them off, they can, but I think it'll look pretty cool. Pick some cool colors that complement this blue as well. So looking forward to doing some videos with this and excited for whoever wins this bike at the Amerivespa raffle. Again, June 1st, June 4th in Flagstaff, Arizona. Go to Vespa Club of America and you can find out more details on how to register for the biggest Vespa rally here in North America. So I'll see you on the next one. Robot here from Scooter West and Vespa Motorsport.